welcome back to Ohio Richlands. It's now December 1st. It's just before 9 AM in the morning, and we do have the new shed. So it cost $10,000, we're now left with $2,477. So there's not a lot to keep us going. We did do that contract that you've seen the little montage of at the start of the video, so that was cultivating field 19, and we got $8,279, so we'll just collect that now. We've had a look through the animals. I think we are gonna sell all of these chickens and the 10 roosters as well once the grain runs out, which should be tomorrow, I would think. And we're also going to sell the coop that they're in as well, because we won't need it anymore, because we now have the big barn, which is eating through the feed quite quickly. But we have 1,500 eggs so far, and they're only 2 months old. We do have new additions as well. We started off with these 120. They're all now 12 months old. And we've also got these that arrived yesterday. So we have another 120. So 240 sheep in total now to feed. We will need to get them a grass bale later on. The water I think we can leave for now, but they do have just over 2,500 litres of wool. These guys need a bale, maybe two. I think we can maybe, if we give them 2 bales, whatever they don't use out of the second one, we can put into this pen, and then obviously top up that as well. These guys, we need to give them straw, and we'll make a mix of TMR. Slurry we can't do anything with yet. The tanker is still full of, well, not full, but it's got digestate in it. There is 15,000 litres of milk, but I don't think we're going to do anything with that just yet. Productions, we've actually stopped the cheese production because chocolate is at its best price this month into January. So we're going to try and make as much chocolate as we can to get it sold, and then obviously keep the rest of what we make. Oh wow, we've got 13,000 litres of sugar, so I'm going to have to go and move that later on. We are almost out of the sugar beet, so 1,500 litres left. Thankfully we can get that finished and move on to the sugar cane sugar now. So yeah, we've got a little bit of slurry. We can't take any down obviously. It's still got digestate in it, but there's 22,000 litres of digestate. Clothes, fabric, we've got a little bit left. We did put a pallet in. We don't have a clothes pallet as yet, or, oh no, we did. I think we got one overnight. We still got plenty of wool and cotton to work through as well. So everything's shaping up quite well. We also need field 13 that we put the grass into. It's actually growing really well. I think it may be ready for a cut in February. So that plan, if you've seen the last episode, that plan will work by the looks of it. But it does need fertilised, and so does field 17. So both of our fields need to get some fertiliser on it. So I think that's our first job for today. So they did a good job with the shed, lined it up perfectly with the old one. So now we have plenty of storage for equipment, or what we hope is plenty of storage for equipment anyway. But for now, we are going to go and fertilise our 2 fields. We'll probably need to buy fertiliser. Yes. Let's go and... what's in the sale? We have a tedder already. I don't think it's quite as wide as that, but we definitely don't need one, and not at $21,000. So let's go into big bags. Fertiliser. And we'll need, if we get 3, I think 3 would be enough. So $5,460 in total. Right, that's them bought. Right, let's head down to the store, pick up that fertiliser, load up this with what we can, which I think it should take it all. Or maybe it won't. Maybe 2 bags would have been enough. Anyway, we need to also empty that manure pit too. I don't know how much is actually there, but we need to see to that. That would be next on the cards as well. In fact, wait a minute. Why did I buy fertiliser? We don't need it. We can, well, we can save it for contracts. Yeah, we can use the manure. I never thought on that. That's just a total a moment of madness. Right, we're just going to ditch this in here just now. Right. We need, I think the 7R. The 7R can move that. Saves using that big one because it's got twin wheels. Yeah. Oh, I know why we need the fertilizer. It's for that field. Because, yeah, the tires I think will wreck the barley. Yeah. I don't know how full the manure gets actually. What have we got? Let's have a look. Manure. There's only 36,000 litres. Yeah, we'll leave that just now. Right, back to the original plan. We're just going to use the fertilizer. So, I'll get that done, and we'll see you down at the field for our little time lapse. So, let's get going with the last, well, the second last day of the year. Fertilizer going down there then. It seems like the only bits to do is down here. Should have maybe checked that before I went all the way up the field. Anyway, we can do this a little bit down here. And I think that would do us. So I'll just finish that and we'll see what's left to do for today. Well, that should be the sugar beet now. There we go, perfect. Deactivate that, we can put the time back to normal. So that is the sugar beet completely done. Just a sugar cane to run through. 324,500 litres left to go. But we have 15,000 litres, well, by the time I get down there, we'll have 15,000 litres of sugar, which is 15 pallets. Now we need to get that moved into the dairy. Yeah, it should take it all 15. And if we took that milk down that we've got just now, that would fill up the dairy completely. We've got another chocolate pallet. Let's just quickly check. Chocolate. So January 2,152. Very close, $100 off just now, so we're just going to hang on to it. Clothes are still fine, and well, they're still fine as well. I just need to keep an eye on the clothes that the fabric doesn't drop off to 0. But for now, I think we need to get the TMR mixer. We are going to throw some straw into the cow pen and then top up with TMR. Then we can give a bale to, I think we're doing this pen first, aren't we? Put 2 bales there, whatever it doesn't use, we put the last one into there plus another one. And then we'll top up this chickens as well, because they're eating through that very quickly. Almost 2,000 eggs though. Yeah, I think that's the plan. And then once this gets down to very close to, or as close to 0 as we can get, we will sell all of these chickens and the 10 roosters, and then sell the chicken coop as well. So where is the 7R? It's down in this shed because we dumped it in there last time. We had to get, oh yeah, it's because of the rain. I just remembered something. We need to go and get the telehandler first, so I need to run down to the shop, behind the shop, because it is still over there. When that mad panic was on because of the rain, the heavy rain. So yeah, the 7R is ditched with a low loader trailer, still full of, I think it's clothes and a mixture of cheese and chocolate. So yeah, I'm going to go down and get the telehandler first. We'll shift the sugar into the dairy there, we'll do a little quick time lapse of that, come back up, and then we can get the TMR made and get the bales of grass into the sheep. So we'll see you in just a little minute. Well, I think it is full now. Yep, 36,000 litres, so it's not going to take the rest there. But we've left it so it's just the chocolate running. Still no contract sale. Yep, still the same thing. So we're going to get this back up to the yard. I was just debating whether or not to take a pallet of chocolate or cheese with us. There's a pallet of clothes, so we could take that now. Yeah, there's just the one. So we'll grab this, take it back up to the yard, then we'll work on getting the animals fed, and probably fast forward time just a little bit, so that we can try and get that chicken pen empty, and then get the chickens all sold and off, and then get the pen sold as well. So we'll take this back up to the yard and we'll see you up there to get animals fed. Well, we fast forward time just a little bit now. We need to go and move the bucket. We've already moved all of the eggs into storage. So they've only got 366 litres left. So I think we're just going to sell them all now and then sell the chicken coop because we have that big one and it's producing, I guess, 2,000 and something eggs now. Yeah, 2,280 eggs. So we're doing well with that, but I did notice this in the sale, which is rather annoying. A sprayer, 36 meter width and a 13 mile an hour working speed. That would be ideal for us, and it's great that it's in John Deere colours, but it's $99,000 and we don't have that. We could take out a loan because we only have, I think it's about 70,000 left. Thereabouts. So I don't know if we will get a loan or not, but first of all, let's get these chickens sold so that's one less thing to do. So there's 60 of them, $1,200 after the $300 transport. I'll get these as well. I think they're all 6 sets of 60, I think. There is one that's a bit more. I know there's only 8 months, but we can't move them between pens, or at least I don't think we can, so we just have to do it like this. Yeah, it's only in sets of 60s. Apart from these guys, but it's 190 for them. Yep, unless it is this last set that's no, 30. Okay. Right, sold. So that last lot sold for $505. That puts us to $13,305. I'm going to go grab the telehandler and move that bucket, but we are away to go and sell that just now. So let me get that done. So $12,087 for that. And it's now gone, so we can use this space for something else. I did think about a slurry tank. We also need to bring this up just a little bit. Or bring it down to match that. No, we need to keep it this height to match the other side there. So we'll get a bit of fill in here. Just kind of, not raise it up, but just make it nice and tidy at the edge there. I would like a big slurry tank. I know you get them, but it's about 90,000, and we also have, well, that sprayer, and it's 90,000 as well. So we can't do both at once. The sprayer, let me just check. How much would that cost if we were to actually buy it? Where are we? 158,000. Ooh. But then there's this. It's half a meter wider. So how much does that cost? 195. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that's not. Either way, it's going to cost a lot. But that gives us the spraying option for we could move to liquid fertilizer because it is cheaper, and we can use it for herbicide. Oh, debates, I don't know. But now the next issue is if we fast forward time and we go to the 2nd of December, it's going to go. I think we're just going to have to leave it, to be honest. Something will come up in the sale. Or at least I hope it will anyway. So yeah, we're just going to have to leave that. There's nothing really much else to do today. Oh, before we go, we stopped production for the clothes, I believe it was. Yes. There's only 106 litres left, but there should be... Yeah, it's going to be tomorrow now. Another pallet of fabric tomorrow. We'll get that shifted across. Chocolate is... We fast forward a bit of time now, so let's have a look. 2,152 in January, so it's climbing up again, so we see what it's like in the morning. Still no contracts worth doing yet, so I think it's a case of lights off and let's go to bed. Oh, this door just doesn't want to close. There we go. So yeah, we're going to head in for the night. And we'll see you first thing, bright and early, in the morning. We'll see if it snows as well. So, we'll see you in the morning. Just a minute. Well, it's first thing in the morning on the 2nd day of December. We've already been down to the spinnery. And we moved a pallet of fabric across to the tailor shop. And we've just checked the prices of chocolate and eggs and that. They've still a bit to go. However, cheese is a really good price right now over at the Ohio Co-op. So we'll make one load up with that and head out and sell it. Well, we'll pick up the 3 we've got here and then we'll nip down and see if there is any more. Let's move the telehandler first. See if there's any more down at the production site, and if there is, load them up and then head up to Ohio and we'll get them sold. So do a quick time lapse of loading this up and we'll see you up there. Well, that's us back in our yard now. We've cleaned up everything throughout today because there has been nothing to do. Positioned stuff where it needs to be and filled up the new shed. So it turns out the combine fits in better when you stick the auger out. I just need to park probably this underneath it, but not just now because I need to go and move any sugar pallets that's still down at the dairy, or not the dairy, the sugar mill. I couldn't fit the telehandler on, so I need to go and take that down just now. Also the old chicken pen. It's now gone, ready for whatever's coming next year. I would imagine a slurry tank. We'll just check up just before we go into the next year, well, into the new year. So there's no contracts, obviously just now it's December, there's nothing happening. Slurry, we have quite a lot, and if we do expand the cows a bit more, to get more milk, we'd obviously need to purchase our own dairy, which at the rate we're creating sugar, I think would be a benefit to us. So we'd obviously have a lot more slurry. We've got nowhere to store it. We can only do so much with fertilizing it, and obviously it's costing us $5,000 every time to rent the distributor for our slurry tank. So it's possibly going to be a slurry tank goes in there. We've just taken the wool down from both pens with sheep, so they're kind of up to date, and the chickens, it says there's 0 eggs, but there is, I think there's potentially 2 pallets, maybe more. 2 and a bit pallets, yeah. And so we've just delivered, so there's 10,000 litres, 11,000 litres of wool in there. There's still 2,100 litres of cotton it's working through. I am going to keep an eye through tonight into next year for the game and us in real life as well by the time this comes out. So hopefully we'll have a pallet of fabric. I can throw that into the tailor shop and keep that going. We have almost another pallet of clothes, and I think we have either 5 or 7, I can't remember, down in the shed. So we have plenty of them to sell for April next year. The pallets I moved earlier on today is still working through it. We're still full of 36,000 litres of sugar, so that's what I mean about the dairy. The quicker we can put milk and sugar into another dairy that we own, because obviously this one is just, we're using the ones that came into the town, the biogas, sugar mill, dairy, tailor shop and spinnery. It's all the townships. So it would be good to invest in something for ourselves. The dairy would be better because the chocolate is a good price. Obviously slurry. That slurry's been in there for several months now, I think now. I haven't actually kept track on that. I maybe should have. We obviously have used quite a bit of digestate. I think there's about 50-something thousand litres in there for a start. And we did one full tanker load, so it'd be about 32,000 litres we took out, and there's still some in the tanker as well. And obviously we can't do anything with the tanker because we need to get rid of the digestate. There's no sell points for it. And for the cows, we can't take the slurry out because we can't mix the digestate and slurry together. The other thing I remembered we should have done, because we've got it, we didn't. We need to roll field 13 with the grass. We forgot to do that. And we bought the roller, it's sitting right here. But on that note, I think we are going to go and move some of the sugar. I think at this rate we're going to have to take it back up here and wait until the dairy actually catches up. In fact, you know what we could do? Well, save first, obviously. We go in and we will deactivate the sugar cane. So we've still got 308,000 litres. So yeah, let's the dairy catch up just a little bit. I think I'll move them, and I think that'll be it for this year. Everything's washed, put away. We just got to check, yeah, we have 3 and a bit pallets of eggs, plus the 2 and a bit in there. 1 pallet has chocolate, isn't it? Yeah, 1 pallet chocolate there. I think there's a few down at the dairy as well. There's only 5 here. So it's a good start for next year. Also, the header is now in its new home under shelter. But we didn't get to use our snow blower. There was no snow this year. It did snow overnight into the 1st of December, but never came to anything. So yeah, everything is washed up, ready, parked up, and finally everything under cover really, apart from this roller. I think it's going to stay outside. So between now and next year, I'll keep an eye on all the animals. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far. I'll get this done, and we will see you in the new year. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys had a good Christmas as well, and we'll see you in 2024. Thank you very much for joining me this year through this series on Ohio Richlands, and we'll see where it goes next year. So enjoy it, and we'll see you next time for episode 53 in 2024. Thank you for watching.